Hello everyone, today's we are talking about rising anti-immigration sentiment in Canada targets Indian and Sikh communities. According to a recent poll from the agency Ledger for Association of Canadian Studies, 60% of the respondents felt there were too many immigrants, an increase of 10% since February. As sentiment in Canada against high levels of immigration continues to rise, shades of xenophobia targeting the largest cohort of newcomers, those from India and particularly Sikhs, have become evident. According to a recent poll from the agency Ledger for Association of Canadian Studies, 60% of the respondents felt there were too many immigrants, an increase of 10% since February. The number was at 35% in March 2019, when 49% felt the right number of immigrants were coming into the country. That latter figure has dropped to 28% now. This level to opposition to immigration is at its highest in this century, as per the association. Indians are the largest cohort of the immigrants, whether they are permanent residents or are on temporary visas, like study permits. And among them, the most visible are the Sikhs, because they are distinct in appearance. That has led to as racist physical attacks last month in the province of Ontario alone, with an incident that occurred in the town of Peterborough being classified as a hate crime by local police. According to a release from Peterborough Police, early on July 25, 4 young men spat at a person and knocked his turban off. Online attacks have also multiplied, including allegations of open defecation, which have illustrated with signs showing a turbaned person squatting on a beach. But at its heart is a cost-of-living crisis, including shelter affordability, which the government of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been unable to address adequately. As Shinder Purewal, professor of political science at Kwantlen Polytechnic University in British Columbia said, professor of political science at Kwantlen Polytechnic University in British Columbia said, interestingly, the reason for anti-immigration sentiment has changed in Canada. They used to say that third world people are flooding Canada to take away our jobs. Now immigrants, especially international students, are bringing billions, and the complaint is that their money has driven up prices. The virulent nature of the response has also concerned Dr. Satwinder Corbanes, as she said that at this juncture in time we are seeing racism in the form of deliberate and egregious misinformation, red fake, about fellow Canadians. While Sikhs and other visible immigrant communities are part of the larger tropes that are constant in Canada, that immigration, read racialized immigration, is bad for Canada, there is a lack of response by Canadians to the xenophobia that is prevalent in our communities. Baines is the director of the South Asian Studies Institute in British Columbia. Political commentators like Spencer Fernando have described this as misdirected anger, as he noted recently that some have gone beyond criticizing the consequences of unsustainable immigration and are now seemingly focused on demonizing Indo-Canadians, often in explicitly racist terms. As always, all of us need to ensure that the backlash to failed government policy doesn't result in Canada losing our sense of basic decency, he added. The change from being a country welcoming of immigrants to one wary of them has worried those like Purewal, who faced racism almost every day after his family moved to Vancouver in 1979. Such open racism against Indian origin immigrants has not existed in Canada in recent times, but he feared it may be emerging again. That is over today's video. Thank you for watching entire video, hopefully information useful to see you later and next video.